So, hey guys, I'm just sharing my thoughts. I try to be as authentic as I can be and honest with you. It's a weird topic. I think, well, it shouldn't be a weird topic to talk about, but yeah, in general, I feel kinda outside of the world, as many of you probably too, as starseeds or awake people. Now, but now then especially this video is for you then. I accidentally said a German word. So this video is about yeah and now it sounds corny, but the spiritual war, the war in your mind, and just my opinion, because I'd like to talk about stuff like, from this higher perspective. Of course, it's all one, it all came from one source, from God originally. But then, on the second hand, on the second look, there are for sure energies and beings that energize on opposing that, okay, going the other direction and worshipping the evil, right? They're worshipping the evil. They're worshipping exactly that because they energize that. And so, because the people who do the most evil things are the most powerless, because they're giving their energy, they're giving their free choice, their sovereign power, to what they don't even know or don't understand, the unknown, and where it's coming from. But from one perspective, they exactly know it. I know where they're coming from. I know where all what you might say sin is coming from, because sin originally means error, and I'm not the first one who knows that. Uh, I didn't think that up for myself. The original meaning of sin is error, so you gotta keep that in mind. So why I'm saying this is because, where does it all start? Why do you feel these feelings? Why do these uh, bad thoughts and ideas some people follow through? Because they give their power away to uh, to the energy pattern of the opposing direction. So what you gotta realize, and that's why I like to go deeper with that, on some level, many people, even people who aren't actually evil, are energizing that. Actually, everyone here on Earth, on some level, is connected to that. Yeah, that's right. So you're not doing this. You might not be doing this evil stuff and shit, but you for sure received these thoughts because they try to get in your consciousness, and ultimately they wanna siphon you, or because they worship that. They worship that as their god, because they energize it, because finally they got some direction, because their inner child, and that's the whole key, their inner child feels so frightened and hurt of the unknown, and at some point they took upon and got this false idea of guilt, and this notion that they are the bad guy. And then you got two options, basically. Now, of course, it's much more multidimensionally than that, much more multidimensional. But basically, there are two ways to go. You either think you have to go that path and embody that idea of the evil and energize it that way and become a slave to that pattern, idea, ideal, idol, we might say, and think you overcome it by consciously powering that up, and becoming slave to that idea and energy notion, which doesn't really empower you. It's a false trick. But then on the other hand, we people who try to undo this, and especially the, so to speak, unconscious people, they aren't quite aware what they're doing, but they who aren't bad necessarily, who also try to find their way. On some level, they're giving their power to that, or to those certain energies, because there are different levels to this game. Like, for example, the core. That's why I'm talking about the core, and that's why that's what this whole unity thing is about. You gotta come to the core. The core is faith, as corny as it sounds, because you let go of that resentment of your own inner child, that you have to be the bad guy, because somewhere you might still hold the belief, even though you don't want to act upon it, but then you believe it, and the energies who, on all beings who energize that pathway, they want you to still believe that on some level, and then they want you to give your power away to some control mechanism, whether it be in the physical, where we then structure, or whether it be in the astral, or on some higher playground. Okay, on some level you can even feel it in your crown. That's what we're actually healing, balancing, especially getting the Christ back, getting the balancing the left and the right brain, and this whole notion. And you might say structure, coming back to divine placement of the masculine as well as the divine structure, in perfect balance with the divine feminine, flowing, the flow of life. So you shouldn't give your power away to any of the thought, but as long as this is still lurking in your unconscious realm, aka you haven't found that yet or realized that yet, because the more you realize that, the more you can let this empower you. Heck, it's even empowering you immediately if you see it in the white light. That's why what many perceive as unity, but they don't grasp that concept for real. Oh, no, beautiful crow. Oh no, it was a wave. They're always with me. They know what's up. They are the transmuters of the dark, like for real. They see the unseen, and they are always supporting us in that the banner world. Ravens, animals are in general more in tune with nature and the flowing things of that, and the heart or core of creation. So, but now that's that. Now, so if you're on that path, that's why in the end it's all about faith and belief in the creator. Now, some of you might not want to hear this, but the creator is within you. Basically, you are one with the creator. Everything else is falsehood. All that resentment. There are energies that still energize on that, because they're still embodying the unconscious. You might say the galactic, or universal unconscious that's still there. And some still energized on this planet, and some want to push forces and structures on any level and energize that, because they needed to energize, because they don't because they aren't energized by the creator. Okay, but that's a falsehood, because when you go in the opposite direction, you try to twirl and twist that, but you still try to take the creator essence. That's why they try to take. Okay, it's still the creator essence. So they're actually still reaching for it, but they hate it because they're in self-denial, and then they think it's funny to oppose it, because they still somewhere don't get that they actually could overcome it, and they don't want to play this game because they're too much in their pride and their resentment, basically, where it all comes from. So there are for certain energies which want to energize that, because obviously they want to energize themselves or what's on their level, and they they linger on any disbelief in you, because these are past energies, because they literally try to cling, they try to keep you from ascending, from going forward, from going upward, like they try to keep you down, but they can't really, if they can't hook you on, especially on any level. That's why the higher you go, the less attackable you are, because you see it from a grander perspective. So there is unity, and you actually see it. It's just play. It's actually they are, of course, there's the higher and the lower self. So the higher self probably wishes in some way there's somewhere where, especially of the collective, because they're energized by the dark collective. Okay, they try to make it the evil, the anti-god. Okay, they are energized by the dark, um, overall, however you want to call it. So they try to oppose the god, the real one within them through that, and they try to work on creating an ultimate safety within that, because they have chosen the upward movement and the path of faith and becoming your true creator again, and stopped at kindergarten and realized that, like, for real. And so there are these energies, and of course they try to trick you in the old ways, because that's their savior. Okay, that's their savior. The old ways, in their eyes, are their savior, but it's not rooted. Oh, beautiful light! Not rooted in truth. And the core wound where they try to hook you, obviously, is the hurt inner child, and is where you are shattered in disbelief through some kind of trauma, and all the traumas that were given to you through your ancestors, bloodline, and circumstances, you might even say past life, where you are in other disbelief, the opposition of what the creator represents, belief, faith, uh, the essence to, create worlds and guide them, and guide them. And of course, you can't explain it in words, but that's basically what they're trying to do. So, and that's the whole trickery, to realize that we all came from the one source, and to see that in these higher levels and higher planes. But then also, take out your sword and use the summon, and like I said in one short video, learn when to fight for the truth, but you're always fighting in truth and with the truth. So they might even try to hook you in energizing them as opposition. That's why we spiritual folks, wanted to chose the path all about unity, because there's a realization that in God everything's perfect, or in source, and you aligning with the true creator that you are, and with that essence of the heavens and the higher realms, who are truly shining in God's light, so to speak, or the source light, or at the creator's light, prime creator's light, however you want to call it. And then they don't like it, because they feel resentful towards that, because there's this agony. And you need to look where there's still this agony within yourself, and then try to transmute it back, because on some level you know what's the truth and what's not, what's energy taking, what's energy giving, right? Masculine giving, the creator giving, the creator creation, both perfect, one in each other, right? So, but always look out for the truth, because in truth there's ultimate respect for all beings on all levels. And God has for all the highest good as intent. So always gotta keep that in mind. So I hope this helped you in some way. And yeah, peace. Bye. Hope you're doing well. Keep fighting. Warriors of the sun. So enough earth, right? So peace. Yeah. See you next time.